Did you know it's possible to speedrun the intro to American Dad? I didn't either. We interview the creator. Blocked content.
Hello, this video is for good boys and girls.
What's happening, you guys? My name is Callum. This is Blocked Content, and today we have something very different and very special because today we're taking a look at the speedrunning community, and not just any speedrunning community, but something that has laid dormant for a very long time and has just recently blown way out of proportion, some might say. It is the American Dad intro speedrunning community, and we've got none other than Colemancheu here on the call, and I'm super excited to be interviewing you. So how are you doing, and what's this crazy stuff about for people that don't know?
Wait, are you recording? Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, we're okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So American Dad is a game that was put on the PS2 and GameCube in like 2006. Instead of like playing the actual game, people would really just kind of go out and they would just run the intro, and then that kind of became a thing, I guess. First one was done in like a couple of years ago, and then it kind of got popular in November of this year, and then...
So wait. So just to be sure, you're talking about the intro to a television show, the game version. People are speed running this? How does that work?
American Dad's a TV show?
Well, anyway, how does it work in its entirety? How do you run an intro of something?
Well, with a lot of frame-perfect inputs and a lot of glitches. You can clip stand through the floor, and you can skip to the kitchen scene, and then through some more frame-perfect inputs and glitches, you can kind of just race to the end.
That's super incredible. So how crazy have these runs gotten? Like, what was the initial one like? Were these intro runs like maybe 10 or 15 seconds long, like the entire intro? And what did it shave down to ultimately?
The first one, that was made by a YouTube user named Live, just kind of consisted of Stan clipping through the floor. If it wasn't for f***s, I wouldn't have been demonetized, but that was pretty much it, just one glitch, and then it kind of just escalates with the newspaper skip, the car cutscene controller skip for the GameCube, made by Twitter user Scrollboy, and then once the task speedruns came out, they became so fast that it was almost just like boring to watch.
So I can hear you're enjoying some chips right now, so you must truly be enjoying this just as much as I am. I'm super curious about the whole intro sequence. Like, can you run people through what the intro sequence is supposed to be for people that might be new to the American Dad speedrunning scene?
Well, it mostly just consists of Stan getting ready for his day, followed by a very high and peppy song. He hugs his family, grabs the newspaper, and then hops in his car through a series of very specific backflips and then drives to the CIA building.
That's right, yeah, and so I've played the GameCube version of this. I mean, that's one of the big things that I had growing up around the house that really, energized me, made me super excited for my day, starting my day. But I've never really, thought of speedrunning that intro. I just thought, it was basically a cutscene that you couldn't really interact all that much with. But people really did find something crazy out with this thing, right? You can clip through the floor. You can even have this weird newspaper glitch where there used to be text on it, but you can just skip the entire text read and just go straight through the car. Just the idea of having something that people have been watching all over the world for a very long time, people that have either the game or watched the intro some other way, and now this thing basically just exploded out of nowhere. And how does that make a content creator like you feel? Like, you basically were almost first on the scene talking about the speedrunning community as a whole, and now it's become this thing. I mean, that must feel pretty special.
Yeah, kinda. Honestly, I don't even remember making the video.
You don't remember?
Just kind of appeared on my timeline, and I got a bunch of publicity from it, and I'm like, huh, where'd this video come from?
That's pretty interesting. Well, especially because I thought the history of American Dad speedruns, which is what the video is called, so everyone should definitely check it out, to me is such a resonating piece because it doesn't just talk about basically how it works, the speedrunning of that intro, but also all the different speedrunners that basically do their best to one-up each other every single time, and ultimately they find these strange glitches that just become these iconic runs, right? That they just basically destroy what the intro is. It doesn't even look anything like the original intro anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fast. Well, I guess if I had to rate it on a scale of fast to really fast, that's pretty fast.
It's pretty fast, right? And what could speedrunners be doing, in your opinion, to make it really fast?
I don't know. Never played American Dad, I'll be honest. I just report the facts.
You've never played the game?
Yeah, I've never played the game.
So what about the entire run makes you the most interested, right? Is it just basically the running scene, or is it anything in particular about the character of American Dad in that intro that interests you?
Well, I mean, I'm American, but I'm not a dad, so I can't really relate to the character itself, but I like when people do stupid things to the game, like get them to clip through the floor. It's pretty interesting, you know? It's almost like you're watching a video that's been heavily edited.
Right, I would know absolutely nothing about it. So we're back here for the second part of the interview. Well, I'm super happy to still be joined by Colemancheu. We don't edit our videos at all. Well, I really want to ask you about something very special, because we've talked about the American Dad intro speedrunning scene, which is great. You're still eating. That's also awesome. Thank you. By the way, Family Guy, The Cleveland Show. I want to know, have you ever heard about these properties before?
No, I don't watch TV. Actually, I don't even have a TV here. I just kind of play video games with my mind.
That's it. With your mind?
Yeah, you know.
Hold on. How does that work? I think that he tried to respond using his mind.
What?
I think it didn't work. I'm so sorry. So anyway, Family Guy, Cleveland Show, they, well, could be seen as shows in a similar vein to American Dad, something that I think, well, now you are, of course, known for. People really love the content that you put out, and especially the detail in that speedrunning video. So everyone who hasn't checked it out already, you made even a second one, which is also super great, and other content on your channel, which I suppose is awesome. I don't know. But yeah, it looks really interesting, and to me, the first thing that popped into my mind, where does this go next? And that's when I thought of, Family Guy, Cleveland Show, these shows that basically also have, like you said, very peppy songs, intros that are super interesting, but are these ripe for speedrunning in that community? So I was really curious, do you think that this could branch out into something more, or do you just not care at all?
I mean, it could. Speedrunning those types of properties could be interesting to look at, but I don't know. American Dad is, kind of lightning in a bottle. Not really much I can do with it now. I'm not really planning on trying to do any more videos on it.
Right, exactly. So catching lightning in a bottle with the history of American Dad speedruns, that's something that not a lot of content creators come upon. This was just the perfect blend of a feel-good video, I feel like, especially with the choices in music. I think you did a really great job putting it all together. I actually watched it with my brother, and we had just a really great time reminiscing about, us going through that intro ourselves in our youth. So that to me was already a really great point. A lot of content creators try and hit that nostalgia right there. But yeah, your video really seemed to do it for us. But I wanted to especially ask you about the music because, of course, you used a couple of very known tracks, and Blocked Content, my channel, being very much Nintendo focused, I especially loved the inclusion of No Kibe from Mario Sunshine and the Sky and Sea theme. So I was really curious what your intent was by adding this music. Like, is there a grand plan behind it?
I just really like Mario Sunshine. It's just one of my favorite games. So I was like, oh yeah, that song sounds cool. I'll put it in there. Plus, I had a lot of extra tracks laying around from a video I did a couple years ago when I first started doing YouTube videos, like actually doing YouTube videos, where I reviewed Super Mario Brothers, which is a web series made by the YouTube user Rich Alvarez. It's kind of like if Smash Brothers was a TV drama. When I was doing the review for that, I had a plan, and I would only use music from games that came out before the release of the show. So I couldn't use anything from Breath of the Wild in any of the reviews at all. I couldn't use anything from Mario Odyssey. I couldn't use anything from 3D World unless that game existed at the time of filming the show. That song is not allowed in the review soundtrack.
Right. So it's to canonize it or something.
I don't know. I just thought it was a cool idea.
Yeah, doing more of these kinds of videos. American Dad, like you said, might be lightning in a bottle, might be something that people really enjoy now. But now that it's out, a lot of other people are making content about American Dad. That's why I specifically wanted to talk to you. Is there an idea in your head about maybe the future of your channel? Where do you want to go? What kind of avenues do you want to go down with your content?
Well, I guess this is more of a realistic question, not relating to American Dad, so I'll answer this pretty honestly. I've been doing a small series on my YouTube channel before I did American Dad. My content is mostly analytical, serious content mixed with posts like American Dad. I'm probably just going to keep making more C-Files videos, which are are usually based on interesting or weird things that I find online. I did the review of Super Mario Brothers. I did a video on this web series on YouTube called Caillou the Pokemon Trainer, where it's like an elaborate troll. It's like this kid that's doing like this whole thing in MS Paint, but it's animated way too well. And then the biggest video I've made so far that's really interesting to look at is I did a video on Baldi's Basics and what I call the Markiplier effect, which is it's not that Markiplier is a bad YouTuber, it's that like the fact that his content is viewed more by a younger audience makes those games susceptible to having what people would consider cringy and toxic fan bases. So I did a video on that, and I actually interviewed the creator of Baldi's Basics about what he thinks his fans are like. And then I'm working on a video right now that should come out probably sometime this week, as of time of recording.
So everyone should definitely check out your content. I'll do that at bumper at the end. I just really wanted to ask you, because all of our audience here at Block Content is super into games like Smash Brothers, and of course we have the Game Awards coming up pretty soon, I think in like a day or two. Are you like at all into that type of culture where you basically follow new releases, like what you said, like with a Mario Odyssey or a Breath of the Wild sequel or something like that? Are you excited for that?
Oh yeah, I'm excited for the Game Awards. I just watched the State of Play today. I'm pretty excited for Resident Evil 3. That game looks tight.
That looks great. Yeah, it looks really good.
And I mean, I'm holding a Smash tournament Saturday. If you sign in on the Discord, on my Discord,
that's so cool.
There's a prize. It's $20 to PSN, Xbox, Steam, Switch, whatever. It's Saturday, December 14th at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time.
That's incredible.
It'll be streamed on my channel. I had to buy a capture card for it.
That's all worth it, trust me. You know, I actually got into like streaming games a little bit this past year for the first time, and I haven't been, you know, happier at all playing video games, because it's such a great thing to do that with the audience at the same time. There's nothing like it.
Oh yeah. I tested out my stream last night at the time of recording. And I think I played for about 2 hours, played a bit of the Outer Worlds, and then once I was starting to get a little slap happy from being sleepy, I played a couple rounds of Call of Duty, and then I called it a night. But having a handful of people in the chat and talking to them, I don't know, it's fun.
Totally is. So I wanted to conclude this video by basically saying thank you so much for creating the video, The History of American Dad Speedrunning. It's been a thing that I've played throughout my household for, I think, every single day since it released a week ago. It's incredible, and it goes so in-depth into the different runners and the ideas of speedrunning in general, which I totally loved. So thank you for eating in the background, and also thank you for making that video. Are there any closing thoughts that you want to share about, you know, making the creation of American Dad Speedrunning video?
I don't know. The whole video is a fever dream. I made it while I was sleep deprived. Don't even remember editing the video the next morning. Just kind of remember like thinking really hard and the video just materializing. So I don't know. If you think you can do better, do it, you know, to the audience out there. I'm not going to make any more.
That's
because I'm already the American Dad guy. I'm not going to be the TV show speedrunning history guy. Plus, I want to make, you know, I want to branch out a little bit. But you want to see more posts, I'll probably make more some other time.
That's incredible. Well, thank you so much. It's been a real honor to have you on the show. And I would just like to say, from all of us, you know, thank you for making that piece of content, and we'll keep an eye on you. And for everyone at home, if you want to do that, the YouTube channel is Colemancheu, and the Twitter is @Colemancheu. You can even go to his Patreon and maybe even donate a little something and get that future content made in the best possible way. I'm for sure looking forward to your next videos, and if you want to have any of those links, of course, they're in our description. So with that, this was a very special episode of Block Content. Don't usually do stuff like this, but when I saw that video, I was just inspired to talk to the person behind it, and I'm super happy that I did. But also, I'm super hungry at this moment because I just hear, you know, chips and crisps and everything.
You ever had munchies before?